Good evening. My name is Bill Barnes. I'm the principal at Charlotte High School, and it is with great pride that I stand before you tonight at our 144th annual commencement ceremony. Students, at the conclusion of tonight's event, you will become part of Charlotte School history. You are and always will be an Oriole. Carry that knowledge and Oriole pride with you no matter where you go from here. Before we proceed with the ceremony tonight, there are a few important items that I need to mention. First, I would like to thank Mrs. Zoik and Mr. Rose for providing the music for the evening, and I would like to thank Mrs. Frazier for all of her hard work in organizing tonight's ceremony. I would also like to thank Mrs. Burdick and Mr. Stafford, who are up here on stage, as well as Officer Portley and Officer Carroll for helping line up our graduates and for keeping things running smoothly this evening. Second, I would like to thank our amazing teaching staff for once again being here tonight in their own graduation regalia. Again, our teachers have truly shown the value that they place on education and achievement by being a part of the ceremony. Next, I would ask that those wanting to take pictures, please be sure not to block the views of others. We also ask that you turn off your cell phones and hold all your applause until the graduates have been called. We ask this so that each family has the opportunity to hear his or her or their graduate's name called. Finally, I would like to say how happy and honored we are to be at the Wharton Center on the campus of Michigan State University. Holding our ceremony here at a world-renowned educational institution further illustrates our commitment to education and the future of our graduates. Our platform party tonight is comprised of our valedictorians, Kylie Falk, Kimberly Leiby, Lindsay Nichols, James Olson, Brooke Reinbold, and Peyton Smith, our salutatorians, Mackenzie Huffman, Krista Martinez, McKenna Quinn, and Rebecca Urey, and our superintendent, Mr. Mark Rosecrans, Lee Wheaton, our school board president, Julie Kimmer, school board vice president, Ron Schulteis, school board secretary, Caleb Booz, school board treasurer, Gary King, school board trustee, Stephanie Hale, school board trustee, and Jim Hoyt, school board trustee. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mackenzie Huffman, the first of our class salutatorians, to officially welcome all of you to our ceremony.
Good evening. On behalf of the Charlotte High School class of 2018, welcome to our graduation ceremony. I'm sure many of you have heard that our class is the epitome of outstanding. Well, just because this class is so outstanding and overachieving, I'm the first of many speeches tonight, 10 total. So I figured I'd make an attempt at brevity and skip the cheesy lines. So I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my teachers, and all of my mentors for always having faith in me. It's because of you that I'm standing here speaking, and I truly cannot thank you enough. It's been a great 4 years, and I think we're all ready for what's on the other side of it. Thank you, class of 2018. And next up is salutatorian Krista Martinez.
Good evening, and welcome to the Charlotte High School graduation ceremony. First, I want the graduating class to think back to our freshman orientation. Do you remember who was with you that night? I'll give you a hint. It was the same people with us tonight. Our families, teachers, and peers were with us during our freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Tonight, my speech is dedicated to the families and teachers of Charlotte High School who helped the class of 2018 during our educational journey. The families of Charlotte High School worked so hard behind the scenes to try and take stress off of everyone, even if it was only for a little while. Our families were always willing to lend a hand during sporting events, band concerts, community service activities, and much more. They dedicated the last 4 years of their lives to support their student. While it may seem like we are leaving our families behind this fall and beginning college, there is no doubt that we will be back for food, clean laundry, and love. Teachers, you are the main reason we are all graduating here today. Your patience and dedication were the key to our success. Thank you for teaching us how to appropriately use a comma, Bernoulli's equation, conjugated verbs, and have the ability to sing B flat in tune. Teachers, you have taught us so much more than the material we tested on in your classroom. For you deserve much more than a shout out in a graduation speech or even an appreciation breakfast. Perhaps the most meaningful thing to do is use what you have taught us in high school in our personal lives from now on. Now, a personal thank you to my peers. There's no way I would have thought I'd be standing here and giving a speech and not stuttering over every word. You guys encouraged me to go out of my bubble and attend sporting events without the band, and join student organizations. Am I a better person because of it? So in conclusion, I would like to thank the Charlotte High School families and teachers for helping the class of 2018 during our educational journey. And now my fellow salutatorian, McKenna Quinn.
Good evening. I assume you don't need any more welcoming by now, so I'll just get started. I would like to begin by thanking my support system. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Connor, my grandparents, and to all of you that have helped me become the young woman I am today. I would also like to thank God for giving me the talents that put me here tonight. Now, on to the hard stuff. This will probably be the most people I will ever speak in front of, which also means this is the most influence I will ever have in one moment. I'm 17. There are a few things that I've learned in this time on earth that are just common sense to most people. However, there is one valuable lesson I thought of while frantically planning my speech the night it was due, and that is, nobody knows what they are doing. When you're in kindergarten, you see third graders and you think, oh, they're so mature. And when you're a third grader, you think middle schoolers are so cool and old. And those cool middle schoolers look at graduating seniors and think, wow, look at those adults. And that, my friends, is quite laughable. My whole life I've thought, I'll just figure it out when I'm an adult. Well, I'm 17 days away from being 18, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have an epiphany between now and then. You know what? That's okay. We're about to go out into the world with a bunch of other humans who have no idea what they're doing. Every single person is just faking it until they make it, so don't be afraid. Go forward and wing it, because, let's face it, if you're about to walk across the stage, you've already mastered that skill. You will either encounter situations where you feel underqualified or naive, but don't worry, so does everybody else. Now, don't get me wrong. Someday we'll all find our calling and perfect ourselves, but until then, don't worry about it too much. Thank you, and in the words of Alfred Adler, act as if. Now, my fellow salutatorian, Rebecca Yuri.
Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca Yuri. I'm so happy to be Okay. I'm so happy to be one to welcome you here today. As a part of this friendly town of Charlotte, we couldn't decide on just one person. This community has provided me, and many of you, with a wonderful start in attaining success and happiness. I have met multiple people through the years who have impacted me, and I am happy they have made their way into my Charlotte upbringing. Every teacher at CHS has been supportive of my desire for high academic achievement and has patiently guided me in that direction. You will never know how much I truly appreciate your genuine kindness and love for not only me, but my fellow students. CHS staff has accepted us as individuals and has taught us to embrace our differences. The class of 2018 has been fortunate to be under the insightful leadership of Principal Dr. Barnes, who has fostered an environment of compassion and positive leadership. The creation of links, mentors, and the encouragement of community involvement has made our school a very special place. Our school has the creation of links meant, oh my God, I already read that, I'm so sorry. Okay. Each one of us will find success in what we choose to do, and I hope to see that posted all over Facebook in the future. Finally, I would just like to have everyone take a moment and appreciate the person sitting next to them, because you will be sitting next to them for quite a while tonight. And I would like to introduce the lovely valedictorian, Kylie Fall.
Good evening. Everyone had always encouraged me to work hard all 4 years of high school, but no one mentioned that I'd be punished with having to give a speech at the end of it all. As most of you know, I absolutely hate public speaking. Throughout our entire lives, my twin sister and I have always worked together on everything, meaning that she often took the role when it came to public speaking because she knew how much I hated it. Although we are going our very separate ways in the fall, the teamwork doesn't stop here. With that being said, Madison, please come up here. When I was told that being a valedictorian meant I had to give a speech, I turned the offer down immediately. And as you can imagine, my parents were not very happy with that instant response. So we compromised.
Well, here I am, at Kylie's rescue, one last time. Throughout high school, we participated in a variety of sports, teaching us critical life skills. If you think about it, sports are very comparable to life. There are players and there are spectators. In a sport, you can't expect to be successful if you choose to sit and watch. The same goes for everyday life. If you're someone who's just going through the motions and not actively participating, you will be stuck in that state of mind. Obviously, teamwork is key. Teamwork and communication are both vital to success, whether it be in sports or in life. As not only Kylie and I go our separate ways, but all of us in the years to come, keep in mind that you need to get involved and accept the help of others in order to be the most successful. So, to the class of 2018, good luck, and remember, graduation is only the beginning.
Good evening. There is great relief in starting the last assignment of your senior year. To put your pencil to the worksheet and understand that these last few questions are the only thing separating you from the freedom of summer vacation and your life beyond that. In my case, that assignment was to watch a short video and answer some thought-provoking questions. Easy enough, right? Well, not exactly. I got caught by something the speaker in the video said, something that has been floating around in my brain ever since. He said, live a life true to yourself and not the life that others expect from you. And I thought, wow, I wish someone had told me that my freshman year. If they had just told me that, then I could have bypassed all the sometimes painful learning and growing and changing that came with finding the kind of person I wanted to be. But that's not exactly true, is it? After today, when we all start a new freshman year, whether in the workforce or the military or at a university, all that learning and growing and changing will have to happen all over again, even if we're given all the inspirational advice in the world. In this new freshman year, being the class of 2018 will no longer be our future and present, but our past. As the class of 2018, the number 18 has long since defined us, and I wanted to understand what the number itself symbolized. So I found a few definitions that I would like to share with you now. To begin, the number 18 is associated with the moon. Remember the first day of school this year, when we all went out to the football bleachers to watch the solar eclipse? Well, I think that name, the solar eclipse, is a little unfair to the moon, as the moon was the one causing this amazing celestial event. Someday, when I witness the great things that this senior class achieves, I will be just as amazed by you as I was by the moon that day when it upstaged the sun. Finally, in the Chinese culture, the number 18 is associated with a person who will have great success and prosperity in his or her life. At this point, I don't know exactly how my life will turn out, and you probably don't either. But I do know this. CHS graduating class of 2018, we will succeed and we will prosper. How do I know this? Because it's right there in our name. Here's my fellow valedictorian, Lindsay Nichols.
Good evening. We are here today as the graduating class of 2018. We made it. That wouldn't have been possible, though, without the help of our incredible teachers, principals, and secretaries. So make sure you thank them before you leave tonight. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my parents and grandparents, because I know that without you guys, I would not be standing where I am today. Your support for everything I have done and continue to do is not forgotten, and I appreciate it more than you know. Finally, I would also like to say, you were right, Mrs. Long. I did it. Only a few people know what I'm talking about, and I don't believe she's here tonight, but that's okay. Now on to the part of my speech that took hours of me staring at a blank piece of paper to get started. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. First said by Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, this quote has always been one of my favorites. It's one that nearly everyone has heard or seen at some point, and I think that because of that, it's become a bit of a cliche. But it is still so inspiring and true, and that is why I've always loved it. If you think about it, our school journey began with a single step. One step into our kindergarten classrooms. That step led to many new experiences, good and bad. We have found new friendships, lost them, and found new ones again. We've gone on class field trips to the zoo and elsewhere that were always the best day of the year. Many of us went to 5th grade camp where we learned new lessons and grew closer to those who we didn't really know anything about. Whatever it was, our first football game, our first band concert, the reminiscent farewell tour, or the last tearful goodbyes to the teachers we have grown to love. These experiences helped us grow and mature into the people we were always meant to be. And now here we are, graduating. We have a new single step laid out ahead of us. Once we step outside of this auditorium tonight, our collective school journey is over. We have a new journey to begin, and its name is life. Just like the journey we are ending today, this one is going to lead to many new experiences, some of them great, some of them not so much. But as long as we continue to grow and learn and keep taking steps forward in life, no matter how impassable the road may seem, this journey will be a monumental success. My hope for us, class of 2018, my friends and my classmates, is that after tonight, when, together, we take our first step on our new journey, that the rest of them will lead us to the places that are best for each of us. Thank you and congratulations. And now here is my fellow valedictorian and friend, Brooke Reinhold.
Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, it dawns on me. You know what this commencement ceremony really needs? More speakers. We can do it like an open mic night. If you have something to say, the line forms to the right. Really, right now this is more like a High Achievers Anonymous meeting. You know, we go around the stage and introduce ourselves. Hi, my name's Brooke, and I'm a valedictorian. Hi, Brooke. Okay, so how did I end up standing on stage tonight? Well, I would have never gotten here without the help of many people. First, I would like to thank the amazing faculty here at Charlotte High School for teaching me lessons in and out of the classroom. Next, my family and friends for creating a huge support system for me. And then, most importantly, God for giving me my skills and abilities and helping me through tough times. Now, I'm not sure why I ever wanted to be valedictorian. It just provided me with one more thing to stress over in my already stressful high school life. I know people think being the president is pretty stressful, or performing brain surgery, or maybe even being the kicker in the overtime of the Super Bowl, but I'm here to tell you each of these situations pales in comparison to the pressure of being the third and final child in my family. To understand this a little more clearly, some introductions must be made. There's my sister, Ashley, the overachiever, 4.0 valedictorian, MVP athlete, graduated from the University of Michigan in 3.5 years. Like it was easy. Then there's my brother, Alex, the golden boy. 4.0 valedictorian, all-state athlete, homecoming king. Those are some tough acts to follow. And it seems like my parents may have had some low expectations for me to begin with. Each of my siblings were given a name that starts with the letter A, while my name starts with a B. I am the B child. starting from behind. You can imagine how this might put a little bit of pressure on my shoulders. So I decided to talk to you all tonight about how to overcome pressure. When I finally decided on this topic, after hours of contemplation, I Googled how to overcome pressure and stress. So let me read you some tips the handy-dandy internet provides. Number 1, get more sleep. Number 2, manage your time. Number 3, learn to say no. Number 4, rest if you're ill. Now, it may not always be a good idea, but you should definitely follow the internet's advice on this one. It sounds like a much healthier lifestyle than how I decided to overcome pressure. I got much less sleep than a human needs, due to my very poor time management skills. I was overloaded with activities I couldn't say no to, and I got caught sneaking out to school when I was quite sick. And yes, that last part actually did happen, which resulted in me being grounded. Nevertheless, in my experience, the real key to overcoming pressure and dealing with the stress that comes with it is to not worry about it. Obviously, I don't mean to not worry about anything at all. That's very bad advice. You definitely should care about your grades and classes. Just don't let the pressure control you. Do what you want. Take the classes you know you'll enjoy. Play the sports you know you'll succeed in. Talk to the people who make you feel good about yourself. When you're doing things and hanging out with the people that you love, the pressure and stress you feel will disappear. Whether or not you succeed under pressure isn't necessarily what matters anyway, and there definitely will be times when success is just out of reach. The important thing is that you enjoy the ride along the way and not got caught up in the pressure you're feeling. Take it from me, the bee child. There are just some things you can't do better than your siblings. But you can always do your best, and that's really the point. Thank you. Now, our next valedictorian, my friend Peyton Smith.
Tonight, you've already heard the perspectives of 8 amazing students, so there's not a lot left for me to say, but I hope you pay attention for just 2 more. Here we are, 10 teenagers, imparting the best life advice we can give, but honestly, we still have a lot to learn. As graduating seniors, we have really only taken the first few steps in our journey. Tonight, our real lives begin. We leave the safety of high school with its rules and guidelines and jump headfirst into a world of endless opportunity. We will meet new people, see new places, and experience new things. This is the beginning of anything we want. From here, we will grow and change and become the people we are destined to be. The next few years of our lives will be both exciting and incredibly terrifying. Our boundaries will be pushed, and we will discover what amazing things we are capable of. We will leave our mark, seizing the opportunities we are given, and each contributing something wonderful to the world around us. We are a class of leaders, innovators, and achievers. Whether our impact influences the lives of thousands of people or only a select few, we are capable of generating positive change. To do this, we must remember to stand up for what we believe in, to overcome negativity and doubt, to be thankful, and to always be kind. We will make mistakes and experience failure, but get right back up and try again with a new perspective. We will learn and grow even long after we finish school. We will follow our passions and find our purpose, and we will change the world. So, Charlotte High School Class of 2018, my classmates and friends, go forth and set the world on fire. Now, the final valedictorian, James Olson.
I would like to first take a moment to thank God, my father, mother, family, friends, teachers, and everyone who helped me get to this day. Well, here we are, fellow classmates. We have worked very hard to sit in these seats, put these caps and gowns on, receive these diplomas, and walk across this stage. This is a great accomplishment, and personally, I'm very excited for the future. However, I would like to be honest in saying that I'm overwhelmed and scared. My father passed away this past Wednesday, and he was always my biggest supporter. He was a father that every man wants to be. My father provided for my family, taught me how to live my life, and he taught me what it means to love by the way that he loved others. My father personified true purpose every day. And as I witnessed this, it truly shaped who I've become. My father's constant purpose was to comfort the community around him, ranging from those dying and grieving to people struggling through hard times, to people who just simply wanted to talk. If anyone needed my dad to be there for him, he would drop everything to support that person. Each one of us has a special purpose for our lives, and our journey for success and happiness is critically based on finding those purposes. We all have so many opportunities ahead of us right now, and we can all literally do anything we want with our lives if we work hard for it. Anything. Fears and failures along our life journeys are ultimately inevitable, but we can conquer these by stressing our searches for purpose. One of the last experiences my father shared with me was spent encouraging me like he always did. I was concerned about speaking to you folks tonight. And he told me Bible verse Joshua 1:9, which says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." This verse serves a lot of meaning and strength to me as I step into the future of unknowns. I wish that all of you will follow your dreams relentlessly and leap for your goals just as I will. Fellow classmates, I challenge you to stick to your purposes when you feel lost. This will reassure you that you are here for a reason, reassure you that you can always make an impact, and reassure you that life after high school is more than just a paycheck. Let us live our lives to the fullest and know that we are made to serve something greater than ourselves. No matter what careers we pursue and where we end up, may we contribute with our vast purposes. Today we sit here to honor a great accomplishment that means more than just completing high school. This day marks our readiness to follow whatever path our purposes lead us to. Congrats, fellow graduates. Go Orioles.